the Psalms, if you know me well, is 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬 or the Psalms, if you properly pronounce it. But however, I am finally back here again doing work. So today, we're behind the scene of Love, the music video about a genie named Johnny. Can you tell? Either I'm a feminine, weird looking feminine, or I'm a genie. I think I'm a genie. So I'm here today with the crew, with the guys. I think there's some questions coming for me. So as a genie, I should be able to answer these lovely questions to you guys. So whatever you want to ask away. I have nothing to hide, or I'll go hide in my bottle.
Ooh, Genie, I have a question.
This guy. That's the guy behind the camera with the DP, but let him ask his questions anyway.
What planet are you from?
Well, after God spread all the dust, blew up that first bang effect that we call the Big Bang, there was a little dust particle that was residue left somewhere, and I came off of Pluto, and then I came to Earth about maybe a few generations ago. I plan on being here for about 10 generations. I have a lot of work to do. So if I've only been here for 2, I'm going to be here for about 10. So I have a little time to go. I have a lot of work to do as far as helping humans feel better about how we're doing things. That is why I'm singing about love. Look at a guy like me. I'm a lover, but I don't sing about love. But I'm singing about love because you guys need love. Because look at us. We are hurting each other. We're stabbing and crushing each other for culture, for color. Like God ever made one color. Anyway, so let's move on. So with that kind of sadness, you need crazy guys like me to come up and do doodly things in front of you to keep you happy. So maybe you'll stop stabbing people with love. How about that? Pluto.
What is it about the persona of the genie that attracted you to become an embodied?
Well,
that mystical. There are many types of mystical, magical beings and
the genie.
folklores. What is it about the genie?
The genie is never a bad guy. The genies always give people wishes that in life, be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. And when you get it, you have to be ready to receive it. And those two things don't mix sometimes. Sometimes we have dreams, we ask people, I wish I was rich. And then you get rich and you kill everybody. See, it wasn't for you. We're not ready to receive it. So with great expectation, great responsibilities at hand. So now I'm a genie because I want to be a good guy with a clowning effect. And the genie is always that way. Silly, lovable, giving, without expecting too much, except you gotta change your way. I'm expecting you, by me saying love to you, you find love in your heart, maybe a little spark that you needed from somebody. So it doesn't have to be this hurtful thing that we're doing with each other like we don't know no better. Like love doesn't represent God. Like we're really gonna act like we're gonna keep going on and just amount to a lot of material things on earth and then hurt another person without thinking about their feelings and their conditioning when we know pinching one another is not feeling good. So for me, the genie is a clown, and I love being a clown while I'm very serious. So for me, the love of seriousness is the way you represent God, is the way you have patience, is the way you have tolerance, is the way you build a better future for the next generation coming. So the genie is my lovely clown, and I am a clown.
How does somebody uncork the genie within themselves? What can you offer as advice?
If you want to uncork the genie within yourself, disconnect yourself from any gang-related activities you find on Earth. I don't care whether they're good gangs or bad gangs. Anything that has cluster of humanity in it, and it hasn't worked to make a better humanity, should be discarded from humanity. So I don't care whether you have a tolerance level to tolerate things you came on Earth. Let's say, I don't disrespect religion. But let's say if religion is not making human beings reliable on themselves, religion is not doing its job as a culturally balanced type of thing, because the humanity we in now are asking for the truth of who they are. So we have to go back. If you want to uncork the genie, as she asked me the question, first you must go back to the garden. You got to eat garden food. Because without garden food, you cannot communicate with God properly. You're electrically made, so there's signal in your body that need the charge from the plant to charge your electrical cells, so you can receive signals and give signal back. So if you want to uncork your genie, get back to the garden. Get some exercise. The energy must always move. You can't be sitting on your couch watching TV and not doing anything. So you must move. You must exercise. You must eat well. And you must speak proper sound. You cannot be lying and manipulating and thinking you're living a good life because it's coming back to see you. So don't be foolish. Make a wish and think twice about what you're saying to people.
So what are some other specific habits that you can do, you can start with to begin that process?
Well, depending on the human need, the humanity we live in. We live in a very pretty much sick humanity. So this humanity has random sickness of different measurements. So if I make a general statement, it won't receive with the person that's lesser than another. So what I would suggest to a person, wherever you are in life, first thing, for your confidence, if you're feeling insecure, go exercise. Lift weights. I don't care if you big, chunky, big, small, whatever. If your lack of confidence, once your bloods are moving faster, it's going to rebuild your nerves to function better. So you must eat clean food and exercise. Exercise have a great way of relieving heavy mental stress, as we call it this day. There's no such thing, but I'll say it, heavy mental stress. If you're mentally stressing, it has to do with your blood being anemic. That's not giving enough energy into your brain so you can do your task. There's no such thing as mental health issues. There is something as a physical body that doesn't get proper nutrients. Since the brain needs 40% of the oxygen level, you can compute things properly. If you're a person who's eating pizza, Burger King, McDonald's, I'm not disrespecting those companies, but that's your diet. There's no way you should be trusted to do anything except for sitting somewhere and ready to die. Pause. No disrespect. I'm just saying, biochemistry Earth need live food. Not chemistry that's made from a factory because of convenience with colorful boxes and you keep putting them in your mouth thinking you're living a decent life. So if you want to live this good life where you feel good, love good, make love good, man or woman, you have to go back to the garden and then it will start letting you express your love. That charge will attract more to come to you, and with love comes support. So if you're looking for people to help you, first thing to do is to build yourself to receive the love signal, and we can help you with that. Make a wish.
So speaking of signals, that kind of evokes the idea of the importance of sound. Can you speak to the importance of sound and music?
Okay, if you're a person going around, I'm gonna put it simple. Those of you, you are made in three-dimensional. So far we've understanding. We can go further, but our understanding of our functioning right now, whether you white, black, yellow, green, whatever purple, you on Earth, you're working with three types of functioning: sound, shape, and color. Earth, which is the food you eat to build this temple. Sound you're gonna make out of that temple because you're well built or poorly built. So if you're poorly built, let's say a person who's eating a lot of acidic food, you're gonna make nasty sound. You're gonna get mad easily, so you'll make nasty sound like cussing a lot. And when you cuss, your blood get thick first. You lose oxygen first within you. When you get mad, you lose first. And then the other person get the reaction to kill you, or you kill them. So first thing first, sound energy has to do with the vibrational antenna that you are. And when you make that sound, if you're lying and manipulating people, what end up happening, doubt comes in, and doubt attack you first. So that's the karmic law that's waiting for you. So if you want to be a righteous person, and then let's say you give to people, but you're lying to them at times, the jinx gonna come and see you. If you give in and you don't like to receive, you're manipulating people with that. The jinx gonna come and see you. If you receiving, you refuse to give, the jinx gonna come and see you. Something is wrong within the equation of your physiology. So sound does mean good morning has to mean good morning. Good afternoon has to mean good afternoon. Yes has to mean yes, no has to mean no. That keeps your blood flow fluidly, like running in a fluid fashion, 60 seconds to your heart and back and forth. When you make retarded sound, when you sick sound, when you're lying to people, your blood doesn't flow. You get coagulated, you get stressed, and you think about the karma. That's the karma that's coming to see you because you're calling the negatives to come back to see you to teach you a lesson for lying or hurting. So be careful with your tongue. Make proper sound, make love sound. Tell people you love them. Hug them. Even with Corona, above all that, hug people, love them. I'm saying it. They can come see the genie. So, and learn to understand, no matter what the culture is, if you're mad at them. If you're mad at the culture, whoever's mad at them has to understand they're part of that decision, the fact that the culture is bad. Because if you recognize it, you're responsible. So be careful who you're pointing the fingers at. Show love.
And what about shapes?
Shape. In terms of shape, I have to move. In terms of shape, you cannot. Okay, if you're eating oil, there's no oil that is made from a tree. Olive. When I squeeze an olive, I find water. When I squeeze an avocado, I find water. When I squeeze any corn, I find water. There's no vegetable oil. There is no oil that's soluble to the human body. Coconut is the closest you get to, and maybe you say olive. Okay, but find an olive and squeeze it and find oil in it. I can squeeze a coconut and I'll find fat. I'll find oil, but I cannot squeeze an olive and find oil. So if you soak olive into a mash of fat and you squeeze it later, it turns the color. It bleeds into it because of the enzyme. That doesn't make it olive oil. Olive don't make no oil. That makes it you take olive and suck it into something, it has a residue of it, and that doesn't help you digest it. So what I would suggest, your physical sound is great, but you need the physical to be properly built. So first thing I would do, if you're cooking out there, no matter what you tell me, avocado oil, black seed oil, grapeseed oil, blah, blah, blah oil, take that out of your diet for a while. Because if you put it in a glass of water, it doesn't absorb with the water. It won't absorb in your body because you made out of 73% water. So that riverbed called the plasma cannot digest that oil. It doesn't have no place to put it except in your joint, which is going to become arthritis, fibromyalgia, swelling, tumor, and so forth, so on. Please be careful on how you're adjusting yourself around your diet. If you can stay away from some other stuff, cheese, milk, and milk from cow, of course, not milk, rice milk, and organic milk, milk from cow, and also oil, which would be the number one I would remove. That would help you build a physical body that will have a lasting impression more than 120 years. I promise you.
Thank you, Genie. It's time for you to go.
Look at my beard. It looks like it wants to come off, but it won't. But listen, guys, I turned to a genie. You don't have to turn to a genie. You can be the best you can be no matter what's happening. This is the time for us to be reborn. This corona, this whatever's going on. Let us give love to one another. Let us take the time to realize how vulnerable we are. Because look at us, all of us sitting at home with all the riches. We can't do nothing with the fancy car. We can't go nowhere with the fancy house. Dirt, dusty, you got to clean it. The human interaction is the ultimate of everything. So please, show love and let me give you some genie love.